I'm Matt McClure with agentandadvisor.com. I am here with Jerry Hraban, principal at Premier Insurance Partners. Jerry, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Doing very well, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a part of this today, because I think this discussion here is going to be an important one for anybody who is in a sales capacity. We're talking about the maybe zone. And you're saying that this is not a place that you want to try and operate from, right?
Oh, that's absolutely correct. At Premier Insurance Partners, we talk to top producers every single day, and we try to learn from them so that we can pass along those experiences and lessons of top producers onto everybody. So the maybe zone is one that became very clear to me very early on as I was talking with top producers. And the maybe zone is the customer says, I want to think about it. And you just can't operate in the I want to think about it. Because first they say they want to think about it. Well, for how long? And they say, till next week. Then the next time you call them, they say, well, I've got a graduation coming up, so call me at the end of May. So then you call them at the end of May and they say, well, let's wait till after the summer because I got a really busy summer. Well, these people they just don't know how to say no. And they don't want to say no because they're trying to be nice to you, the producer. So that's called the maybe zone. We can't operate in the maybe zone. We can't make decisions in the maybe zone. We want a yes or we want a no. We do not want a maybe. It's much like if you go into, if you know anybody who thought they had cancer, you go in and you get a biopsy, and 5 days later you get the answer. Do you have cancer or not? But during those 5 days, it's terrible. You would rather know if you had it or if you didn't have cancer, because then you can make decisions going forward. And so we cannot operate in the maybe zone. We have to make sure that when we talk to our prospects, that we get them to say, yes, I'm interested, let's proceed, or no, I'm not interested at this time, so let's drop it for now. And that's where you want to be, because then you can move forward. You can't be strung along by these clients. You have to be able to make decisions and move forward. You cannot have 10 clients or prospects that are holding you in the maybe zone, because then you keep thinking, well, I'm going to get the sale, I'm going to get the sale, I'm going to get the sale, and it just never happens. It's better to have the no so that you can operate with the facts and make decisions going forward.
Well, it sounds to me like, a lot of people in the sales realm will find themselves there in the maybe zone. And like you say, it's just people really trying to be nice to you. And it's not anything that they're doing, on purpose to string you along or whatever, other than just out of kindness. So when somebody finds themselves in the maybe zone, what do they do? How do they get out of it?
Well, I liked your comment that the people are not trying to string you along on purpose. Well, it's not their fault. It's your fault for being strung along. It's your fault. So you have to just say to them, if you're not interested, I understand. And just let me know. I just kind of need a yes or a no, just a yes or a no. And maybe it's a no for now. And I'll touch base with you a year from now. But you have to get them to say yes or no. And then if they do say no, then you can say specifically, why are you saying no today? Was it because of this, or was it because of that, or was it because of this third thing? And give them some choices of why are they saying no, because you want to root out the reason they're stringing you along. Something is not allowing them to say yes. And you want to get that objection out in the open and decide if it's a real objection that actually, hey, you know what? The product doesn't fit for them. They're right. The product is not fit for them. So the answer should be a no. Or maybe their objection is something that they're just not understanding correctly. Perhaps we didn't present it well enough. And so we just have to say, oh, well, if that's why you're saying no, actually, I didn't present this very well because the product does do what you want it to do. And obviously I didn't explain that. So let me go over that again. And that's why you want to get to that real no. What is the real no? Because a maybe is probably, I don't understand. That's really what a maybe is. I don't understand. Because if the customer really didn't want it, they would probably say no. And what they're saying is that, oh, I just don't think it really fits with me, but I can't really explain to you what it is. So I'm just going to say maybe. So we got to flesh out what the real objection is. And is the product truly not right for this prospect? or is it something that has not been communicated properly?
Well, and then that leads me, I guess, to the other question, which is, I think ideally, right, you would want to just avoid the maybe zone altogether in the first place, rather than having to kind of dig yourself out of it. So how do you go about doing that? Do you? I guess it could be a little self-explanatory here, based on your last answer, which was you likely have made these mistakes along the way, which is, I guess, just don't make those mistakes along the way, right?
Right. So, well, you want to be test closed, and you want to be saying, "Do you understand this? Is this something? Is this something that you're interested in? Yes or no?" So, as opposed to saying, "Would you like to buy it?" It's a lot easier to say, "Is this something that you would be interested in? Yes or no?" Not maybe, yes or no. And then they're going to say, "Well, no, based on why?" And again, yes or no.
Well, very good. And that is the goal, is to get to either the yes or the no and avoid the maybe zone altogether. Well, I really appreciate it. Jerry Hraban, principal at Premier Insurance Partners. Really appreciate your insights today here for agentandadvisor.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.